It's 8 a.m. on Matthew McGreehan's farm, nestled in the valley of Glenmore in the Cooley Mountains. And today Matthew has help with the daily tasks. Anthony Campbell, who lives at the Dundalk-Simon community, is learning all about the farm.
You stand in there, Anthony, don't let them into that man's lawn.
Matthew is part of a network of 120 farmers who participate in a scheme called Social Farming, run in every county by Leitrim Development Company.
Social farming allows people to reboot after any sort of issues in their lives and gives them time to slow down, sync with themselves and reconnect. Because it's a very relational issue, a relational thing, social farming. They relate to nature, to the environment, to the farmer, to the animals and plants, and can find a space to reboot.
What, you done this before, didn't you?
Aye.
So.
What was it, just down his back, was it? Or?
No. In the,
oh, in the mouth again.
Yeah, so you pull it back there. Pull it. Anthony's just dosing them with cobalt. Cobalt is a mineral dose that's very important for sheep. And if they get deficient in cobalt, they don't thrive right. So Anthony's just sticking a dose of cobalt in them. These lambs are bound for Carlingford on the first Saturday in September. There's a breeding yow and hogget sale there every year. It's an annual sheep show and sale. So we'll be bringing them to Carlingford. So in a lot of weeks, and I just want them in good form. So Anthony's giving us a hand to keep them right. Just wind down much out of it.
Well, to be honest, I love it. It gets me out of Dundalk town every Monday. And you're right, you're a lovely countryside, you're working with the animals, and I love working with animals anyway, so. And Matthew's a gentleman as well, you couldn't meet a nicer man, so anything that you don't know, he'll take time to show you, and, you know, I just love it, yeah. He teaches you everything in such a gentle way, he teaches you how to handle the animals properly without harming them, and that's major, and once you do it once or twice, well, they don't mind, they start trusting you and they come up and they'll practically open their mouth for you for a squirt of whatever, vitamins or whatever you have to give them, you know, so.
I was part of the pilot, the original pilot back in 2013, I think it was. My wife said that could be something that might suit us, you know, because you know, when we got involved and done the training and done the pilot, and we really enjoyed it. We had 3 lads out from rehab service in Dundalk, and they really enjoyed it as well. And it took a few years for it to get up and going and get all the services to buy into it and all that. But it's really, you know, people can see the value of it now, you know, from different programmes, you know, raised by the village and all them programmes. There was an RTE and just people like knowing the value of being out in the green space, out with nature, walking with animals, walking with horses, walking with sheep, you know, the dogs. Just we keep it simple, you know, there's no big deal to it, you know. People come out and we just do the normal things that we have to do on a normal day.
Along with the daily farming tasks, Matthew chats away about the history of the farm and those that have gone before on this land.
The people that lived here were McGeown's, and that's why we still call this place, this whole area here, there's 19 acres in this plot of land, we call it McGeown's land. But they were evicted. Now, I'm not sure what year they were evicted, but it probably was around in the 1870s, I'd say. And so hard times, Lord of mercy on them all. They would have been put out by the landlords or the landlords' people. And I think there was a mother and father and a big son, and they headed off to Scotland, I was told. We have a couple of fairy trees on our farm, and they're very, very important. We'd never touch a fairy tree, you know, or disturb it in any way, because we wouldn't want to upset the little people. And I'd like to bring our participants that's out social farming down and get this aspect of the farm and our heritage and our culture. You never touch a fairy tree. It's bad luck to touch a fairy tree, and it's great luck to have a fairy tree on your land.
It was actually through the Simon community that Karina came and said, would you be interested in helping Matthew out with sheep farming 1 day a week? And I said, of course, and I come out and I loved it, and sure. The best bit was the first couple of weeks we came out, we were feeding the baby lambs with bottles and that, and they're that lovely, you nearly want to bring one home with you, you know. Everybody can change, you know. Like, not everyone likes the hustle bustle. Some people like to go out to the beach. I just like farming. I just love to work with the animals, and I'm really calm when I'm in around the animals, you know.
Dundalk Simon community got involved in social farming by chance.
It was actually inspired by one of our residents, Maggie, who was fascinated with cows, and she knew that I came from a dairy background, and she was always asking could I bring her out to the farm. So I organised it with management to take a group of our residents out for a day walk on the farm. And I was blown away by the therapeutic effect it had. And they were talking about the visit for months afterwards. They all got to milk a cow, they all got a tour of the farm, and they had a fantastic time. So I did a bit of research and to see what was out there. I was so impressed with it. And I linked in with Social Farming Ireland, and I was just blown away by their whole concept, because it resounded with our principles in Dundalk Simon: integration, inclusion, and to bring people along and bring out the best potential in them.
And now Karina and her husband have opened up their own dairy farm to social farming, and they love it.
You meet fantastic characters, fantastic people, and fantastic talent. Like, people who've been marginalised, they don't realise their abilities and the talents and the skills that they have. So social farming helps bring that out, and it just gives them to link in with a positive place and just bring out the best potential.
This time of year, the heather's out in full bloom. See up here above ours now. She's out in full bloom. Makes great honey. That's the bell heather. And a few local people have hives up here now, and they send the bees up to the heather, so they do.
The farmers at Social Farm are altruistic, they're connected with their community, but they get so much from it from themselves. They get paid for their support and time that they provide, but they also get so much in a personal level in connecting people and supporting people to enhance their lives.
So who's this?
This is Bob, he's 14 years of age. He's a cob horse, and he's a very quiet horse as well. It's lovely and quiet.
So he's really quiet for his brush, Anthony?
Yeah, no, he loves to get brushed, yeah. I think most horses do, but this fella's extremely quiet when you're brushing him down, yeah.
How is your life now compared to, let's say, 5 years ago?
Oh, it's completely different. I'm a completely different man, completely stronger mentally and physically, and I just feel great. I'm on top of the world, to be honest with you, yeah. I could have easily got caught up in all the messing again in Dundalk, but I didn't. I chose to come out here, change my ways, help Matthew, work with the animals, and that's what I enjoy to do, yeah.